Welcome to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast, your guide to future tech trends and innovation in a language you understand. Now, over to your host, Neil Hughes.
Massive welcome back to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast. Is there anybody out there listening today that remembers when a computer was a giant, bulky, unattractive tower that seemed to take up half of your bedroom? Because I've been amazed by the capabilities of devices like Raspberry Pi and indeed the Intel NUCs that seem to offer more great computing power than we could ever have dreamed of 10 years ago. And these PCs are now not much bigger than a pack of cigarettes. But after learning about DFRobot and their LattePanda that offers a portable single-board computing device which is incredibly 40% smaller than an iPhone and runs full version of almost any operating system, including Windows 10, I had to get them on the show to find out more. I feel incredibly fortunate to be able to speak with people from all over the world sharing their stories. And tonight is no exception because I do know I have a large listener base in China. So for that reason alone, I'm delighted to get the guys from DFRobot and LattePanda on today. So buckle up and hold on tight because I have a treat in store for you today because we're going to beam your ears all the way to Shanghai in China to speak with Ricky Lee and Lauren from DFRobot. So a massive warm welcome to the show, Ricky. Can you tell the listeners a little about yourself and what you do?
This is Ricky. I'm from DFRobot. I'm the CEO of DFRobot.
Excellent. Now, for anyone that is hearing about DFRobot for the very first time, can you explain what it is that you offer and how it's different to everything else out there?
Lauren is here as well, and he is the product manager for LattePanda.
Yeah, this is Lauren. Nice to talk with you.
Yeah, nice to speak with you too, my friend. So, just talking about DFRobot there, and for many people listening for the very first time that have not heard of you guys, can you just explain what it is that you offer and how it's different to everything else out there?
DFRobot was established in 2008.
Yeah.
So we originally DF stands for the Dream Factory of Robots because we believe that a robot is the future. So I think we believe for next generation, I think most human beings' job will be replaced by AI. So such as the taxi drivers or waiters or data analysis will be most of them partly or fully will be replaced by AI machines or robots. So we believe that people with creative thinking will hardly be replaced. So we believe that the mission for DFRobot is to empower creation. So to achieve that, DFRobot has developed more than 1,000 different hardware modules and thousands of tutorials and curriculums to help our users or makers to realize their creations. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to make the new technology more accessible by our users. So make it a friendly tool for their creative projects.
I love what you're doing there, especially because you're concentrating on the creative thinking and the human elements too, and combining that with technology. But I also recently discovered DFRobot's LattePanda. I mean, my understanding is that it's a portable single-board computing device, which is 40% smaller than an iPhone, that also runs a full version of almost any operating system, including Windows 10, and is compatible with almost every gadget you can use now, such as printers, joysticks, cameras, etc. But am I right in saying that this has all the same technology and capabilities of a regular PC, and any peripherals that work on your PC will also work with LattePanda? Is that right?
Yeah, that is perfect correct. But LattePanda is more than just a single board computer. We think that because I have to tell you about the name for LattePanda.
Yeah.
We are developers, so we always love to drink coffee sort of thing. So latte is our favorite drink, and so usually spend overnight to code and to program. So when you wake up, your eyes will be like panda eyes. So that's why we call it. So it's you just you love your display too much. That's
Now, the first thing I thought, and people listening will probably think, is how does this compare with Raspberry Pi, which on the surface at least seems like to offer very similar capabilities. But, I mean, is being Windows compatible the first big attraction?
Oh yes, absolutely. So we see Raspberry Pi is a pretty good product, which is targeting the Linux developer and the students. So I think their mission is fantastic. They want to everyone is able to using their products for education purpose. But I think for LattePanda, there's also lots of Windows developers, or I mean, lots of teachers or makers are still. I mean, they don't have such a high, great skills for developing coding under Linux environment. So Windows is still their preferred operating system. So we think that especially like C# developer, there's no, I think, very little C# developer under Linux environment. So I think also the C# developer is for Windows. So that we think that I mean to lower the barrier or the access level for these developers, I think Windows is quite a user-friendly operating system, or more familiar to our customers.
Absolutely. And many seem to be unlocking automotive capabilities with LattePanda as well by using it to equip cars with the brain of an autonomous vehicle by creating computerized ecosystems, all powered by Windows 10, which completely blew my mind when I began to read about it. But can you just tell the listeners a little bit more about that?
Actually, we know that lots of users, they use LattePanda to drive their cars. Some of them just take it as a mini player, GPS. Others is get the vehicle working data in real time via the OBD connected to LattePanda. Such as then they got the data like oil consumption, motor data, and the vehicle status. Besides, there is some professional users actually. They apply it into AI and navigation and laser radar area. But most of them actually are business partners, so we can't share too much details on it yet.
Excellent. Can you also tell me about LattePanda and how it emulates gaming consoles by designing and 3D printing customized objects, and also offering endless access to torrents online video that you can also hook up to your TV? I mean, there's just so many things you can do here, isn't there?
Yes, definitely. It's just like a boy who got a new PC. Even he is not a game addict, he will run several games to test the performance of his PC. So once we have users who make reviews on LattePanda running games like Half-Life 2, Minecraft, I still remember that there is a father who created an arcade game machine by LattePanda. LattePanda also has been applied into 3D printing and industrial equipment. The traditional 3D printers and industrial equipment have a very simple interactive interface. Most of their functions are realized by the clicking buttons. However, users could upgrade them with LattePanda. For example, usually users use a computer to process the 3D module first when they try to 3D print something and then copy the files to the printer. However, with LattePanda, they will just using LattePanda to download the 3D module from the cloud side automatically and auto-sliding the module and automatically start printing itself. So it can also achieve that users can remote control the 3D printer and start printing from the remote side.
There are so many great uses for LattePanda, like we've already spoke about, but what kind of feedback have you received from the online community all around the world? And what kind of uses have you come across that really impress you? Because I would imagine that you've got this fantastic piece of technology and it's incredibly small and portable, but it's other people's imagination and creative thinking that actually brings it to life, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. The developers and makers' creativity is just amazing. So lots of crazy ideas and projects are completely out of our mind. Several projects are inspired our core team a lot also. For example, there is a holographic Cortana appliance project. This project got more than 1,300,000 views from YouTube in just 2 months. So people said this creator is already in 2117. And in the robotics community, there is a project called DFRobot, which is a very famous open source 3D printing life-size project. Several teams using LattePanda to upgrade their DFRobot design and intelligence. They use Kinect as vision solution and speaker microphone plus cloud service to bring voice, speech, and recognition service for LattePanda for their robot. So also there is something similar in Let's Make a Robot community. There is a home care robot, embarked. It has the best design I have ever saw, and it can learn new things from the environment. And the creator plan to focus on improving EQ in coming months. So the last but not the least, we see a group of the artists comes into our community. One of the classic case is a team called Formonium, which is based on Netherlands. They build musical instruments using LattePanda. Actually, we learn a lot from our user and their project. I trust that charm of creation, which drives us being faster with community together.
Excellent. So if there is anyone listening now that's thinking of buying one of these, and also getting creative too, am I right in saying that it actually comes with that Windows image already installed on an SD, and all you actually need is a USB keyboard and mouse to get up and running?
The only thing you need is just a USB cable, a 2-amp power adapter, and HDMI cable. That's everything you need to hook up a new powerful development environment. And you can even directly buy them from DFRobot.com as a whole kit.
Excellent. So can you just give me an indication of how much that they're going to cost? We do have listeners in 150 countries to this show. So I'm curious, can you point them in the direction of how much they are and where they can buy them from?
So LattePanda started from $89. And we have 4 different versions and several kits, like IoT development sensor pack, starter kit for beginners, 7-inch low-cost quality display. And for these 4 different versions, we have 2G RAM and 4G RAM version, 22 gigabyte and 64 gigabyte flash. Both versions comes with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and onboard Arduino. You're just choosing them according to your requirements. So you can check more details from DFRobot.com or ask online channels.
I was just about to say that. Can you point the listeners in the direction of your websites? So for both DFRobot and LattePanda there. And also if you've got a YouTube channel or somewhere where listeners can visualize the kind of thing that people are creating.
Yeah, it can. Most of our community members are landing on the LattePanda official website, which is LattePanda.com.
Yeah.
And we have lots of conversation for the new and cool projects based on our forum. And we are also working on the upgrade of our website to encourage people to upload projects on our official website. And also lots of users upload their projects and user reviews on the YouTube channel. You can just simply search LattePanda on YouTube and find lots of amazing projects there.
Excellent. What I love about what you guys are doing at DFRobot there and with LattePanda is that you aim to provide customers with amazing long-lasting experiences in robotics and hardware DIY. Most importantly, that they can be achieved by people from any background and not just techies like myself and you guys over there. So I really salute what you're setting out to achieve there. I love everything that you're doing, and a big thank you for coming on today.
Thank you.
Like I said at the beginning of the show, a single board computing device that is 40% smaller than an iPhone and runs a full version of almost any operating system, including Windows 10, completely blew my mind. But the coolest thing about these tiny computers is that they are actually enabling people without a background in tech to explore new ways to use technology. Ultimately, the only limit is your imagination. And anything that involves not just looking down at a screen, but thinking of how we can use tech to solve real problems and make things easier is an amazing achievement in itself. And I think it's this change in mindset, this change of thinking. For example, what if I could do this? Or what could this computer be useful for? It's that change of thought process that I think is really exciting. Rather than relying on tech to do everything for us, I would love to see people thinking more about how they can use tech in creative ways and think differently. Because you know what? We still need to use this brain up there, don't we? To keep us stimulated, if nothing else.
Do you want to appear on the show, or do you have any questions for Neil? Remember, you can reach him at techblogwriter@outlook.com or visit his website at www.techblogwriter.co.uk.
Who let him in here? Seriously though, if you have any great ideas or uses for these tiny computers or already using one, please let me know by sending over a tweet or an email. But that's it for today, so once again, a genuine thank you for continuing to tune into the show. I've been reading a lot lately about gurus and self-proclaimed creative ninjas that seem to bombard timelines with how to build audiences and how to get a bigger audience overnight. But I think so many people become obsessed with bringing in new listeners or new audiences that they forget to look after their existing one. So rest assured, nothing like that will be happening on my watch around here. So thanks for listening as always, and until next time, don't be a stranger.
Thanks for listening to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast. Until next time, remember, technology is best when it brings people together.